the beautiful snow until it freezes up my camera or something like that. Look at the snow, it's crazy. Minnesota says hello. You're like, that's not even snow. Hey, Mary. Thank you for saying I'm gorgeous. Oh, you meant the snow. Oh, look at this. These trees just fell. All right, lens. Wipe that off if I can. So these trees just fell because of the snow. This is very recent. And we actually had a power outage already. I've never allowed random people in on my videos. What do you guys think? Should I do that? Or am I just going to see a bunch of penises? I'm pretty sure that I would just see penises. Hey, Dr. Will Cole. Thanks for your excitement over the new book. I appreciated the conversations we just had on each other's podcast. That was awesome. So I'm actually quarantining because I just got back to Canada and they have a pretty strict 14-day quarantine. I'm allowed to walk in my own backyard. This is my own backyard, but I'm not allowed to be around any other people for another 6 days or something like that, which is kind of ridiculous, but hey, I'm doing what they told me because I don't like fines. I don't have any real concerns about that. All right, looking for some more questions. What do I think of Newcom from Impacts the World? I actually just sent out some Newcom stuff in the new Dave Asprey box. If you guys don't know about the Dave Asprey box, daveaspreybox.com. Every quarter I send out a bunch of cool stuff, and it's stuff that I've curated that is heavily discounted. So you spend $100, I send you at least $200 worth of cool stuff, and stuff that I actually have tested and used. It's pretty cool. Oh, Self-Healer Shine just got back from Harry Adelson in Utah, thanks to me, doing stem cells. I was actually in Utah and I got some work done by Dr. Harry as well. Some more stem cells, exosome kind of stuff. Bondi Beach, Australia, hello. How do you know if your body is absorbing proper nutrients? If the pills don't come out in your poop, you probably get, okay. You do a RBC blood test. Istanbul, hey, that's awesome. Melbourne, see how I did that? Melbourne, I didn't say Melbourne. See, so I'm working on it. Toronto, fellow Canadians. Fitness Whisperer, you ordered my new book. Thank you. Fast This Way, if you guys don't know about it, order the book wherever you like to get books, and I will teach you everything in the book over a 2-week thing for free, because I just realized I spent time writing it. I want you to learn it. I have to say, this furry jacket hood thing is pretty darn epic, if I do say so myself. It's never cold enough here to actually need it, so I'm feeling all polar. Indigo Alpha, yep, Cobble Hill, that's where I am. I wish I was somewhere hot. Sydney says hello. Nice to see a white Christmas on the island. It's pretty unusual. It usually just rains here. Bonjour. Yeah, there's Fitness Whisperer in Hawaii. You guys want to see my cool hat? Look at this. That is an epic hat. All right. Oh, look at that. What am I going to do? Let's see. I'm running up into something here. Another fallen tree. This just happened again. If I walk underneath that, you know what's going to happen to me? I'm going to be covered in snow because I'm too tall. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to try this. I'll just kick it. Yes, I just raised my foot as high as my head, I swear. Okay. Nobody died. All right, ask me some questions here. Anything about biohacking, fasting? Look at that. John. Oh, did you hear that? Tree just fell again. I better watch out I don't walk too close to the trees. People die around here from trees falling on them in snowstorms and windstorms. Would I ever consider living in America again? Of course. I love the U.S. I'm American. It just depends on where. Hey, from Romania. That's cool. Brand says, hey, tell me a little about me. I write books. I'm known as the father of biohacking, and I'm getting lost because I don't recognize any of these trails. Let's go over to the gravel pit. This used to be a gravel pit. Guys, I restored this. This was a 5-acre vertical wall, like scar on the land, and we restored the soil. And it's awesome. I'll show it to you, although it's going to look like snow. Thoughts on terpenes from Hoosier Hempster Dispensary. One of the old things that they used to do for humans and for livestock was they give you turpentine, which is a good source of terpenes, as an anti-parasitic, which is kind of cool. And so terpenes can be good for you. They can be bad for you, but not always bad, that's for sure. Someone from Brazil, Viana Diogo. Whoa, there's a tree falling. You hear that? It's tipping right now. That's kind of cool. I've never gone for a walk when the trees are falling. I think it's that big one right there. It's gonna go. Oh, that one's a little bit closer. No, that wasn't one falling. That was just snow falling off of it. Super heavy stuff. Why did I move to Canada? I moved up here 10 years ago because I wanted my kids to grow up in nature. And the Bay Area was too expensive, too crowded, too stressed. And everyone I know, including me, didn't matter how much money you make, you're always one paycheck away from being broke. And it's not like that up here. Canadians are nice. Raw Gladiator, you like my hat? Thanks, man. It's definitely a gladiator hat. Amanda, thoughts on peptide therapy? I did an interview at Bulletproof Radio with Dr. Heather Smith Hernandez, and we talked a lot about it. I've been doing peptides a lot. I wrote about it in my last book, Superhuman. Hi from LA, from Itbialan. Hello, I miss LA. Got to go down there. Bakes in the Hog. Kitty Catch, RBC blood work. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Red blood cell. Kings in Vancouver, not far away. Montreal. London from Oksana. I love how global the audience is. It's really, really fun. Question. Oh, you have my book in Istanbul, Barris? Thank you. B Profile was watching my live with Shaman Durk this morning and saw all the supplements I was taking. Where can you find a list? I'm starting to put up the supplements that I take on Instagram. What I'm doing is I'm working with the ones I take. I'm like, hey guys, offer a discount to my followers if you can. So I'm getting codes for you guys for them. I'm probably not going to post the entire complete list all at once because I don't want you guys doing what I do. I'm like 210 pounds, 12% body fat, man, looking to live to 180, unlimited budget, and I have a history of autoimmunity, obesity, and all kinds of bad stuff. And if you're a 100-pound woman, you should not be doing what I do. So I want you guys to do what's right for you, and I'll teach you how to do that. But don't just copy me, because I'm weird. All right, Leland, do I recommend blue blocking glasses if you have blue light filters on your computer and mobile devices? Are they equal? Number one, I do not recommend blue blocking glasses. I run a company called True Dark. We make glasses that block some of the blue, but not all. Because if you block all the blue during the day, you're going to hate your life because you don't get a wake-up signal. And if you block blue at night, it's not enough to actually improve your sleep the way it's supposed to. So our nighttime glasses block more than blue, and the daytime glasses block only some blue, which is what actually works. And I've actually filed patents on this stuff because it's so different than blue blocking. So blue blocking was great in the 80s. It isn't a good thing now. The company's called True Dark, at True Dark, and they're awesome. R. Swan says, imagine a wolf comes out and attacks. If so, with this thing, I'm just going to lean my head down and growl, and I'll just look like a big wolf. Do you guys know that? Like, I'm up here. I grew up. The name of my new book is Fast This Way, Carol. I grew up, backpacking. I grew up in New Mexico. And one of the things you can do if there's an animal is you growl. And in my new book, Fast This Way, I actually talk about when I fasted in a cave for 4 days in the middle of the desert with no people and no food because I was afraid of being alone, as well as afraid of being hungry because it makes me act like a jerk. At least it used to. So what I did, as I said, I'm going to face these fears, and that's a big part of the narrative in the book. It's really worth writing, but I actually did growl one time in this cave. And, well, animals understand growls. I'm pretty good at it. Ooh, primal state of mind. What's my pre-writing ritual? It actually takes me about 45 minutes to get into real writing mode. And then I like to stay there for like 4 hours. So I usually have some decaf, bulletproof. I'll put some mitosweet or some D-ribose in it. Keto Prime. phenylpiracetam, aniracetam. I like to do some whole body vibration. And quite often I'll run a current over my brain, or I'll do a biocharger or something else that puts me in more of a theta and a gamma state, so I can tap into my unconscious, and I can also be kind of highly focused. I've dialed it in. If you Google around, you might find a talk I gave called The Augmented Author a while ago. That's pretty cool. All right, let me show you guys the gravel pit here. So this whole area used to be barren, and now there's a little pond at the bottom. We collapsed all the walls in, put on soil. Now it's a fertile kind of prairie. That little house over there is where the pigs live when we have pigs, which is really cool. I make the best bacon on the planet. You guys want to meet the sheep? I can introduce you to the sheep too. Hey, Iceland, look at this. What are my thoughts on getting together with family over the holidays? If your family's not, diabetic and at high risk, you got to look at, your individual risk profiles here. But I'm looking at the raw numbers. I wouldn't have big concerns in my situation, but you might have very valid concerns in your situation. And that's why this has been such a big debate. All right, I'm an Eskimo, says Raw Gladiator. Dave, you're welcome for all I do. I enjoy what I do, and I like helping people. Puts you in a flow state. So I think what I'm doing is helping. Look, there's some of the sheep. Hey guys, look at that. We'll go over and say hi. They were growing a little bit of moss. I think that now we're gonna go see them. I'll walk around. All right, other questions. Fastest way, says Kitty Catch. How to live, let's see, where can you find a list of all the supplements? There you go. All right, my screen's getting wet, so I'm having a hard time navigating my phone. Plus no gloves or it doesn't work. Thoughts on nuts and oils from Colleen. If you go back to the first posts I did on the Bulletproof Diet in 2011, you look at the big book in 2014 that helped people lose 1 million pounds, I've been pretty darn consistent. Minimize omega-6 oils from all sources. If you eat them, you want them to be undamaged by heat and light. So if you're going to eat nuts, which is okay, occasional nuts, almonds aren't very good, but do those, but keep them in the fridge. Pregnancy and fasting, good idea? Absolutely not. That's from Health Fit for You. You definitely don't want to do that. Your body needs to know that you have way more than enough food, so you epigenetically program a child for abundance. GMO-free mama, thoughts on Irish moss? It's bad for you. Irish moss is bad for you because it pokes holes in your gut lining. It's basically an artificial source of carrageenan. Not healthy. I was a raw vegan who figured that stuff out. Hey guys, you ready to say hi to us? I'm gonna go see the sheep. And I just lost the hook because it's covered in snow. There it is for the gate. Hey guys, what's up? Come say hi. Hi there. Ugh. You want to scratch or is it too cold? Good thing they're wearing fur coats. These guys are in the shelters. Come on, guys. Normally they come running over, but they're like, where's the grass? You suck. Here you go. You're one of the nice guys. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. So these are our sheep. These guys are overwintering. Some of them are pets and permanent members of the flock for culture. Others are here for shorter periods of time because they feed our community, but we give them all love and food and attention. Yeah. Hey guys. And they smell like wool. Look at that. They're not exactly clean, but that's all right. All right, more questions. Problems getting into ketosis, feeling shaky? Use MCT oil. It'll help bump you in. And more salt and probably adrenal extract could help you. Does alt milk in your coffee break your fast? 100%, unless it's just fat. Any carbs, any protein is going to break your fast. The new book, Fast This Way, has 3 things you can do. 3 things you do during a fast to turn off your hunger and shakiness and still get all the metabolic benefits. Let's see. Our Rathgal, how do you biohack your eyesight if you have myopia? There's a book called Yoga for Your Eyes. It's pretty cool. You definitely can do it. I got myself back to 2015 in both eyes when I was 2060 just by exercising my eyes. So it's definitely doable. All right, what's up? You going to take off? Or are you just going to headbutt me? What's going on? Yeah. This is Truffle. See a little spot on her eye right there? Just a little white spot. All right. How many mils of olive oil do I consume per day? Not too much. It should be super high-end olive oil, an American tablespoon at most. Don't want too much omega-6. Got hellos from Mexico. Fasting on THC. You should be able to do it while you fast. It should work. Other questions here. Oh man, I'm getting sheep slime. Look at that. All over my phone. All right, let's see. More questions. Fastestway.com with us from the Modern Meditator. Thank you. My screen's starting to go nuts. What's up? Now, look, I bet I could selfie this. Watch. So there's me. There's the sheep. I can't quite reach it. But we both have like fur on. What do you say? That is an awesome Instagram live when your sheep is helping. Yeah, you're such a cutie pie. Yeah. Look at that. Sheep are surprisingly social. All right. Wouldn't cold adaptation tell your body to hold on to fat for warmth? No. Cold adaptation tells your body to be ready to turn on energy at a moment's notice so your mitochondria get stronger. Basically says have an instant on switch instead of a slow on switch for heat. Are nice. All right. So Self-Healer Shine wants me to take off my clothes and do a Wim Hof Snow Angel. There's some things you can't unsee if I take off my clothes. You guys understand that. I mean, I don't want to embarrass anybody here. There's Mona from Egypt. Hey, Mona. You are awesome. Oh, look. Another one came. Sheep jealousy. It happens. This guy here, look at his eyes. He's like getting hypnotized by just like, oh, yeah, this feels so good. All right. Let's see. Worry about DNA testing. Seems so Big Brother. You know, you got to check out where you get it done. There is some Big Brother about it. I think it's already out of the bag, though, to be perfectly honest. Got a Gina from NorCal, Brazil from Chef Diego, Ontario. Oh my goodness, these Canadians, the fashion doc. In Canada, they call the hats that I wear, like these knitted hats or beanies, they call them a toque. And it's the weirdest thing ever. It's like calling your panties knickers in the UK. No, they're panties. And this is not a toque. It's a hat. Sorry. And also, there's no U in color, even though I live in Canada. I just got to tell you guys that in case anyone's wondering. All right. Let's see. Miss Anisha, you just pre-ordered my book from DC. Thank you. You guys have no idea how much it means when you pre-order a book for an author. It tells the publisher, it tells all the stores that there's demand for it, and it actually matters more. So if you just take a minute and pre-order Fast This Way, wherever you like to buy books, post your receipt to fastestway.com. I will make it worth your while. I'm going to spend 2 days teaching you guys how to do it. Eburn from Ghana. All right. Look at that. I got a sheep that's like about to just pass out from being petted. Since when have you been on Instagram Live where one person looks like kind of like Wolverine but not as manly, and you have a sheep passing out from being petted? That is pretty cool. Wow, St. Martin. Now you're in a good position there. Little Europe, SXM. Novel Chiropractic. What's up? Charlotte, North Carolina. Look at that. Oh yeah. All right, Jeannie says, bulletproof coffees change your life. Mine too. Thank you. All right. Oh, here we go. Lizzie from Nutritiously says, I keep falling asleep with my red True Darks because they're that good, better than your eye mask. Some people do sleep in them. I put them on. I usually end up like kind of dozing off with them, and I put them off. But my deep sleep has doubled from the True Dark sleep glasses, which are very different than blue blockers. All right. Patricia said, yeah, you just tagged the True Dark page. What's my take on saturated fatty acids from choline? I believe at least 50% of the saturated fat you eat needs to be, or the fat you eat needs to be saturated, probably 70%. So I'm a huge fan, have been for more than 10 years. The longer you eat saturated fats, the healthier your cell membranes get. It's really important. That thing that is bad for you is just BS. Question from Kitty Cash. Do those new red light panels do anything? The True Light panels have red, infrared, and amber, all of which are shown in studies to affect your skin and your metabolism. Travel says, I can't do the cave, but you drink my bulletproof coffee every morning from Texas. Man, Texas is looking pretty attractive these days, isn't it? Thinking maybe I should pick up a place in Austin, even though I'm not going to be moving anytime soon. I think Austin has great possibilities. I love the rest of Texas because I grew up in New Mexico. I even have a cowboy hat. All right. What other questions? Sound baths or any kind of sound therapy? Yeah, I'm going to do another podcast on sound therapy, and I do have a big sound lounge. Show us the sheep. There we go, more sheep. Look at that. Patricia Rossi, picture of a sheep. Build a snowman? If I had my gloves, I'd build a snowman, but I think I might not like it. I'm up in Canada, people asking. All right, let's scroll down and ask some more questions. Hallucinogenic mushrooms. I write about that in Game Changers. You can use plant medicines, including mushrooms and the other ones in the family, to get outside yourself and get a perspective, but do not rely on them to do the work for you. I see a disturbing trend of people saying, I do them every weekend. I've done 300 ayahuasca sessions. Now I'm in light. No, you're not. It's not working. You do it. It shows you a state. And then you go find that state yourself. So they're a door opener. They're not the way. They shine a light is the best way to put it. If I could only eat 3 things per month, what would they be? Pizza, beer. Oh, healthy things. I would be doing, look at that. Watch. I'd be doing grass-fed beef. 3 things. White rice of some sort. And then what would I want for a really good veggie? Or would I want bacon? That's a tough call. Oh, look at that. I've got the sheep all hypnotized. Look at that. It's so cute. His eyes are closing. Maybe I'd eat sheep. I don't know. The third one's tough to say. Probably butter and coffee if that's food. All right. Hi from Korea. All right. Barris says olive oil is omega-9, by the way. It's not just omega-9. Look at the omega-6 in there. There's a lot. Allison, can you have too much Lucy nicotine gum? Absolutely. The recommendations for aging are, 1 to 4 or maybe 8 milligrams as you get older, not more than that. Am I okay with the Bluetooth aspect of the Happy? I am for the time that you're using it. And it's not communicating constantly. That's just to turn it on and off. And Happy is Happbee. All right, my screen's getting really wet, so it's hard to scroll anymore. All right, guys, I think I'm going to sign off because A, I'm covered in sheep slime. B, I have a sheep here who's like getting all ready to collapse from being petted. Yeah, that's right. And my phone is getting a little bit wet. So I will see you all later. If you haven't ordered Fast This Way, I would be really, truly grateful if you decided to do it. If you're going to order anyway, do it now, please. It's awesome. And sign up for the training, 2 weeks of me teaching you how fasting actually works so you're not hungry and all that. So my gratitude in advance for taking a few seconds to order it. And if you get the Audible version, I read the whole thing myself. I took voice training lessons. It's the best read I've ever done by far. But any of the editions will work.